Alright everyone, so today we're checking out a new character mod called the Hollow. The Hollow is a very interesting character, so let's just hop right into it. Alright, so the Hollow is a little bit weird, so I do have his workshop page open here, but as you see, he's just an empty husk, nothing really here. The Hollow is unable to shoot tears. We cannot shoot tears at all, however, we will generate up to 5 blue flies, as you can see, and they are according to my tier rates. The faster our tiers are, obviously the faster we're going to generate these flies. And on top of that, we have this red locust here, which can deal damage for us. It's actually just this trinket. But yeah, this is tier 2, which does scale with our damage. So the Hollow cannot have red health. Red hearts can't even spawn. When they do spawn, they'll just become a spider. Bone hearts can't spawn. They'll be replaced with black hearts. Hollow cannot get HP up items, and instead will get a soul heart and an increased maximum number of flies. Alright, just some things to show here. As you see, this is roughly how fast our flies are spawning. It's going to be hard to get an exact number, but there you have like a rough estimate of how fast our flies are spawning. When we get our tiers up, it actually will just slightly increase the speed in which our flies are spawning, which I think is semi-noticeable if you're looking at it. And on top of that, obviously flies scale their damage. I mean, they're flies, right? And Apollyon's best friend does too, which I didn't show off the damage beforehand, but you're just gonna believe me. And on top of everything, homing is obviously the worst thing to show off, but I mostly wanted to show off homing because it changes the color of the flies, like you can see, and also like if you look at my face, it looks really cool. But on top of homing, other tier effects do work. Stuff like Ipecac does like really freaking work, but the huge tears down is visible. So this character is really cool. He has a lot of synergies and stuff, but to be honest, instead of just going through a list of synergies, we're just gonna play through a run with him and see how he works. We're gonna kill ourselves too, and I think it's gonna be really funny. Ready? There we go. He also has separate like sprites for different transformations, which are really cool as well. But yeah, let's just hop into an actual run now. All right, so here we are on the Cellar one. The hope for this entire run is just get some cool tier effects and see if this character is viable, because only flies is a bit of a scary concept, and especially without having red health. But if we're being honest, I think the flies are going to be more than capable of doing what we need to do. Now, obviously, when you throw like that, it becomes a little less good. But just because of how well flies scale with damage, it's going to be pretty nice. You see here, we start with very low damage, but keep in mind, flies have what, a 1.5 times damage multiplier, which makes it so realistically the damage is a lot better than it looks. So I think an interesting concept for this character, unless, I mean, it didn't say so in the workshop page, but this could still theoretically be a thing. What I would like to see is Birthright. Obviously, there's a lot of creative things you can do with Birthright, and I am not very creative, but I honestly wouldn't mind if the Birthright was just the same. Also, health ups do grant increase the maximum number of supplies, as shown here, and I don't think we showed that off before. But yeah, I would like if the Birthright could even just work as Tainted Apollons. Is that who it is? I don't know. Yeah, because his Birthright makes it so when you shoot the flies, they kind of stick to enemies. I would love if my red fly could do that. It's only one red fly, but you'd be surprised how much that does for your DPS. Also, please just give us a bomb. Explosive diarrhea. Honestly, health up. Like, that is not even close to what I wanted, but I will definitely take it. We'll move on to the next floor. Oh, burning basement. How I absolutely love and definitely don't hate you. Okay, what we definitely need is some tiers upgrades, because I will say we are weak. We're actually doing fine relatively, but like, just the rate at which we're spitting out flies is not enough. If we could get, I wonder how soy milk would work. I mean, it would probably completely ruin it, right? We already start with 1.5 damage. We would have no damage, but like a lot of flies? I don't know. It would only work good if we're like right next to an enemy too, because we don't spawn infinite flies. We have a limit to the number of flies we can spawn, which I believe is 7, right? 3, 6, that looks like 7 to me. So unless we're standing right next to them, soy milk would be really awful. There's a chance it's decent. Also, we just got a 0.93 damage up, and let me tell you right now, I have no idea why. Oh, wait. Oh, we have the freaking trinket Sanson's lock. Okay. I was like, I could not tell you at all why we got so much damage, but I am perfectly fine with it. I'm much less fine, and in fact, now I'm a little sad. I have to admit, so far, I'm actually really liking the feel of this character. It's a super simple concept, right? I mean, also, our run is like, if this was a normal run, we would be pissed. This run is complete trash. We have gotten... We're on the second floor, which means we've already had we've had a boss item and 2 item rooms, and we have 0 passive items. We've had so long to get something, and we have literally nothing except like Game Kid, which isn't even charged. And honestly, I didn't use it, did I? So I have no idea why. I have to look back in the footage, because maybe there was like a battery eaten fly or something, because I don't remember using it. But at the same time, I guess I did. But yeah, like all we have to our name right now is Game Kid, which is just not perfect, right? Mr. Dolly is huge though, because we've been asking for tiers. And because we got this, we'll even check out here. We never get one red heart. We won. That'll never happen. And the damage, it kind of scales well. I'm actually just gonna take the damage, I think. It's not great right now, but eventually it should be good, especially with such low starting damage. But it looks like, yeah, we don't have a bad damage multiplier or anything, so it's just low starting damage. And because of how well flies scale, that actually might need to be adjusted. I think instead of this character just having low starting damage, it should probably have a low starting damage multiplier to stop it from spiraling. Because, like, Guppy is overpowered, right? Guppy is super strong because of how strong flies are. If you get good damage to this character, you're gonna be like unstoppable. So maybe a low damage multiplier would help like balance this character. Because I'll be honest, for not having anything, obviously we're really early in the game, but for not having anything, I never felt like too insanely weak. I only felt that way when I looked at my items. I was like, damn, this is like really unfortunate. But in combat, it never really felt too bad. So I did just choose to take damage for 2 keys. I I looked at it, registered that it was the like reflect thing where I would take damage, and then thought it was a bad idea and then did it anyway. So I kind of do regret my choice there. Oopsie. Bag of crafting. That is interesting. Bag of crafting isn't broken by any means, but it's good. Like I like bag of crafting, and whenever we don't need something, we can just throw it in the bag and hopefully get some good items. Plus, XL floor means double items, which I am also perfectly fine with. Infestation, typically not great. However, I kind of like it. It's just more flies, right? 2 to 6 flies when we get hit or something like that. And that's like perfectly fine. Also, we've sucked up 4 bombs exclusively so far, which I find hilarious. That was an interesting thing. Oh, why would you ever do that? Oh, why would you get hit twice? Now all of a sudden, like 2 hearts, perfectly comfortable. I genuinely am not worried about 2 hearts. 1 heart, that's when you're within 1-shot range, which is significantly worse. So, not necessarily feeling great right now. Hoping we don't immediately die. By the way, no matter how long this run is, when we die or whatever, this will be the run you're seeing. Because when we do these, like, showcases of characters, I want to show you my first experience with them. I don't want to, like, play till I get a really good run to show off just the positives. Because I feel like anyone can do that. You can make any character in the world, and then you can make them look good if you like, farm good enough runs. I'm not trying to make this character look good. I'm trying to play it once. And obviously, if I play bad and die, I'm just going to tell you straight up. I'll be like, okay, yeah, so character is really fun. However, I suck. And I'll explain how hard I felt it was and whatever. So, just want to give a big FYI that if I die, oops, and I'm sorry. I feel worms in this room. I don't know why. This room to me screamed like there were going to be diglets in there, little needle boys. And I'm glad there weren't, because that would have been an awful room for them. But it felt like it. I don't know why. Maybe there's a similar room design. Hell yes. Yeah, maybe there's a similar room design like that. Also, let me press F3 to hopefully turn off bag of crafting recipes. Once again, I still have not checked if the bag of crafting recipes provided by the external item description mod is actually accurate. I know there is a generator online that you can use to figure out bag of crafting recipes for your seed. However, like, I don't care. I don't know. Like, I love doing it when it was legit, but now it feels like cheating, so I don't like doing it. And if before anyone says, hey, it didn't feel like cheating before. No, it didn't, because they literally added a character with recipes. Of course somebody used the recipes. I still don't understand how they're upset that we used the recipes. And it was like, oh man, you guys used recipes for the character that I put recipes for? Unbelievable. It's like, come on, Ed, think this through. I accidentally tapped left. Listen, that was my first run. Let me give you my impressions of the character, but I am going to continue. I'm going to get myself back with the exact same run on the same floor. We're just going to continue. Not the same seed, though, because I don't know the seed. Oh, wait, it's literally right there. I'm so stupid. Yeah, so character, honestly, is pretty good. I want to see more synergies, so I'm not going to say how the synergies are so far, but I've tested a few of them, and they don't seem too great, but they seem okay. Keep in mind, let me check, but I think this might even be the first mod this person's worked on. Yep, this is the first mod that the mod author has worked on, and he said it's still a work in progress, and if you find any bugs, let him know, or suggestions, or whatever, right? I do really like it. I want to see how more synergies play out before I give like too many final opinions, but the character seems a little imbalanced in the fact that once you get damage, I think he's gonna spiral. I think he's gonna be like genuinely unstoppable once you get damage. Um, because of the whole fly meta, it might be a good idea to make the character only be able to have Rotten Hearts too. I don't know how that would work for balance though, but my suggestions so far are a damage multiplier down so you have less damage all the time, but not by a lot, like maybe a 0.9 damage multiplier or something like that. And then maybe have Rotten Hearts just to sort of stick with the theme of the character, because the Soul Hearts don't really feel like they fit in here. But I am going to continue this run now. I'm on the caves too. I'm going to TP myself to the caves too, give myself money equals power, parasite, Mr. Dolly, crackjack, stats ring, and bag of crafting, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back with a near identical run. I do apologize for continuing the run when I said I would like, if I died like that would still be the run. Listen, the video kind of sucked. It was way too short. It didn't show off the character enough, so I just wanted to continue, and here we are continuing. Now though, when we die, we're dead, right? Like now when we die, we're dead. I just wanted to do that real quick. Either way, we're not gonna be like, ooh, a planetarium. Oh, I kind of cheated that planetarium, and I don't really. It's because I like skipped all the stages. Listen, I don't really care. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the planetarium if we get a key. And you know who's gonna get mad? Have my comment section, and that's okay. But yeah, I want to see more of this character, to be honest. I didn't want to end the video barely trying the character out at all. Like the smallest showcase in the world and at first, and then going like, all right, here's the character, and I blew myself up on a TNT barrel. All right, guys, that's the character. Just didn't want to do that. So whoever said Dad's ring's not good is such an anti-believer. It's not even funny. Alright, and for money equals power, pretty much already up to starting damage. And once again, with flies, that kind of damage is actually really good. Like, we always have this really good damage multiplier right from the start, which is what is making this, like, super good. Now, we do have the question of what do we use the key on. I think an item is more consistently good than a planetarium. Oh, hell yeah. I think item rooms are more consistently good, because I think there's probably about 50% trash items in both, except the really good planetarium items still aren't that good, believe it or not. They're just not. Like, the best item is probably Terra, and that's even an iffy item in my opinion. That's not an I love how I'm not kidding. There was no resetting involved. Like, there was the one reset, and this is the run we get. Okay. This was not fucking planned, I swear. Let's see how this goes. We tested it out in the beginning. This is like the one synergy we tested out in the beginning, and we get Jupiter. Yay. Yay. Oh, I hate Jupiter. But like, it's just, come on, game. Just come on, game. Ipecac really, like, the one thing we tested out, we get in the run of the game's like, oh yeah, he liked that one, didn't he? I guess we're going to do an actual run with the Ipecac and see how it plans out. It's going to be super dangerous, but I think as long as we're careful, it should be fun and good. The Ipecac flies are so scary. Like, they shake the entire screen. They are menaces, and you have to get fairly close just to activate flies anyway, because flies have like weird aggro where they will hunt someone down for all eternity, but not until you get close. Okay, well, that's how quickly it was to get a one run for this character. It's great. 9 lives is great because Guppy, but I don't think Guppy would work because flies don't proc Guppy, and the only thing we'd get from that is Flight, and we're not giving away all of our health to get some Flight. Basically, we're going to go to Beast and see if we can just defeat Beast with this. It's obviously dangerous. Dude, I want Dry Baby. Okay, listen. Don't touch me again. I want Dry Baby. It's just going to... Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh god. I'm not sure if we're... Remember when I said this is like a one run? I'm not sure we're winning. I'm not going to lie to you. This seems like the kind of run that would be a one run if we didn't... if we had explosion immunity, you know what I mean? Like, this just... I feel like maybe there's a chance we don't win this one. I don't really care. This is the best run I could have asked for this showcase. I am so happy I decided to keep going and just, like, restart the run and do this. This was first restart, I swear. We didn't, like, cheat. We didn't spawn in Ipecac. I know we came in the... Like, the only thing we cheated was the Jupiter, and I hate Jupiter, so, like, you know, that's fine. But the reason we cheated the Jupiter, by the way, is because I used the stage command, which will skip all the floors. Therefore, I never grabbed any of the item rooms, and the game was like, well, he didn't grab the item rooms, so he deserves a planetarium, which is how we got Jupiter. So this guy right here just survived a hit, which is impressive because even bosses die in like 2 hits from these things. Obviously, it was a weak boss, but still. Now look at the cage, right? That's how much damage the cage takes. He only died in like 3 or 4, and that enemy survived one? Are you kidding me? Oh, I need more damage, obviously. Thank you, Creed. I really appreciate the service you have done for me. Just walk in there, see Creed, and he immediately gets deleted. I mean, listen. It's not really worth taking damage to have 2 of these. However, it's kind of funny, right? I just like having 2 of any item is a great time. Also, the amount of ghosts we spawn is kind of cool. We got a little army. Okay, I am trying to go a little fast, so I'm just gonna go here. I don't feel like looking for the full card, basically, so we will just give ourselves a full card. Or a stars card, or whatever card I remember the actual ID to, which isn't many of them. We'll take this, because it doesn't matter. And then we'll pretend like, I'm curious. Okay, Scatter Bombs doesn't synergize. Let's give ourselves that star card. Okay, I think it's ID number 18. Oh, it's over there. Yeah, okay. We got this one. Great, so now let's just rush over to the spawn and then go to the beast. We're pretty much going to skip from here. Well, like, I'll keep the mausoleum. But we're going to skip the entire ascent because nothing interesting is going to happen on the ascent. Nothing ever does. So once we get to the ascent, I'm just going to physically pause the recording to make editing easier. And then we'll skip to once we're on the beast fight. I am very curious to see how this character does on the beast because theoretically this character could be... Oh, I forgot about that. Theoretically, this character could be really, really bad on the beast. Just due to like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I really thought all those were going to explode. And even when they weren't, I was still just so scared. But like, let's say the flies act weird and we have to get really close. The beast could be impossible. And that's something I do want to test. Because the beast is always, it's the weird one, you know? The beast is the boss that if it's going to be hard to fight a boss with someone, it's either going to be hard to fight the beast or no one, right? If you can fight the beast, okay, then the rest of the bosses in the game should be doable. And we accidentally found our item room, so we'll still go in here. I mean, I really wasn't planning on it, and now I'm very pissed about everything, and I hate my life because you're really going to do this and just give me this? Like really? This was necessary? Screw you, game. This should not be an item room design, by the way, Isaac Devs. I don't know why you thought this was okay. Doesn't matter, though. Let's leave. Time to just cut till we're out of the ascent. Alright, let's leave in the bed, because I'm almost dead, but I didn't die, so we're good. Let's... I hate the Ascent, dude. It's super difficult, but oh well. I almost died, just once, and then I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? I spawned in a soul heart, okay? I know... Really? I know you're like, this is the worst thing anyone's ever done to me. How could you spawn in a soul heart, you absolute coward? Why would you ever do this? I didn't want to die and then have to like, because like the whole point is to see how he does against the beast fight, right? I just didn't want to die and lose it. I'm telling you guys here now that I did spawn a soul heart, so there you go. If you really just hate me forever now, I understand. I don't think I can ever personally forgive myself. But obviously we're going to do fine in the Dogma fight. It's not like we're doing crazy or anything, but it's the Dogma fight, right? It's not going to be notably hard. It's going to be the Dogma fight. There's nothing weird about it. You're just shooting the TV. The beast is the part that's weird because it's side scroller, and even though it doesn't sound like the kind of thing that would cause like issues often, you know, it's the Binding of Isaac. So somehow just switching to the side scroller is actually like the biggest problem in the world, and it just screws up everything. But you know, oh well. Hopefully we can save up a good amount of flies and then just nuke him when he comes back. That was a decent nuke, but not quite what I had in mind. Ow. I did walk into him, I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright, using some bombs and our flies, we are done with that. We're gonna get set to 6 HP and fight the beast now. Let's see how he does. He should be fine. Because flies do work on the beast fight, I do believe. So, he should be A-okay. Alright, I mean, hey, all I'm saying is it seems pretty damn normal to me, right? Like, this doesn't seem too weird or difficult. Obviously, we have a really strong run going, and, like, there's that, but Beast does seem a little hard. Do you think this character would be more balanced if, if this character had the Abyss as an item. Because then it would kind of be like Tainted Apollyon, but obviously super different because you start with Abyss, but Tainted Apollyon still keeps his tier, so Abyss seems almost not great. I'm just wondering because I feel like this red locust is here. Oh, I don't know why, but I kind of forgot those tiers scared me. This red locust is here mostly so you can destroy poop and stuff. But I'm thinking, do we feed, like, is there a chance that feeding into the red locust more would help? I don't know. All I know is I'm going to do the rest of the beast fight, at least as far as I do get, and we're just going to speed it up, and then I'll give my final thoughts at the end. I am very much screwed. I have made some rather bad plays here. I will tell you straight up this fight is possible, but I am also bad. And this part is really dangerous when you have freaking Ipecac flies that you can't control. Okay, here is an issue. We finally found it. The flies do not go after the beast. At least they don't unless you are right inside of the beast. There is no way we're winning that, by the way. So there needs to be some solution for that, because it seems like fighting the beast is near impossible. Just from that little demonstration there, maybe I'm wrong, but I would look more into that. But yeah, I do like this character a lot. I think this character is really great. I think this character is really fun. Obviously, still a new work in progress character, but that's the point. It's a work in progress, and it is the first mod that this author has created. And for a first mod, it's really solid. Once again, could use some polishing, could use some balancing, but mod creator already knows that and even left a comment about it. So if you guys have any suggestions or comments about this mod, please do leave them in the comment section below. It would mean the world to me, and I'm sure the mod creator would really appreciate it too. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you please, and I will see you next time.